Hi guys, I'm George from Kensui Fitness and I'm going to show you how to put the Torii rack and Torii bar together. First off, I will mention all the parts you have. So you have the main rack part where everything will be built on. You have two different types. You have the shorter, fatter one, which is this one. In one pair of those comes the longer, thinner one. Then you have the bar itself, the feet parts you have one pair of. Then you have these two black parts. They go all the way on the top. On top of those black parts, you will screw in these bolts. They will tighten the whole structure, pushing everything together. So your floor and your ceiling will basically, by tightening these, will be pushed, and which will keep the rack in place. And on top of those bolts will come these with a part of rubber to not scratch your ceiling. When putting the Torii rack and bar together, we first have to know the height of the room. So you need to know the total height of your room, decrease that by 8 centimeters or 3.5 or 4 inches. So first we're going to start with the base. Then we're going to start with one of the fat parts. It's going to fit into the base. We're going to build that together. Then we're going to put the longer, thinner part into here. And again, a fatter, shorter part all onto that. We're going to bolt everything together with the short bolts. Now we're going to do the last part of the Torii, and you have these black square boxes. They go on the top with the long bolt in them. Screw them in quite a bit, yeah, and get a little chair, a little ladder, and you just put them in the top. Also, when you have fastened them in the top, you screw them up till there is only a little bit of space, like maybe 1.5 inches left. For the last part, you're going to need your rubber part and your metal part. And we're going to just lay that right there. First time we're just going to tighten it up till it hits the ceiling and it's secure in one spot. Now it is fairly tight, but just to make sure that it's extra tight, I'm just going to put a screwdriver in here and really go all the way through. Alright, now we're going to do the Torii expansion pack. For the Torii expansion pack, we're going to fasten these stabilizer bars on the back of the Torii rack. Put one fairly high and the other one fairly low. I'm going to put them together. For this part, it's highly recommended to use a hammer. You can use something else, but this is going to make your job a lot easier. When fully hammered in, we're going to fasten the first one. You're going to need a nut, 2 washers. I always put the smaller washer first, with a little gap on the side. I put the smaller washer first, then the big washer, and then I put the nut and tighten everything. And there you have it, the Torii rack with the expansion pack fastened. Just to keep in mind, my shoulder height is right about here, so if I want to do squats, this maybe could have gotten a little bit lower, maybe right about here, and then I have lots of space here to put the J-hook. But if I put this lower, then I cannot put this J-hook in that spot anymore. So just to keep that in mind for doing bench press and doing squats. Make sure those spots where you're going to put the J-hook is going to be free and there's no bolts fitted there. You can move the bolts a little bit around. Before using it, make sure everything is nice and sturdy, and then you're good to go.